Theo Zidane is absolutely insane right now. He's got the skills, the shooting, and the majestic dribbling. But that's no surprise when his dad is the legendary Zinedine Zidane. But with his father long retired, it's time for another Zidane to dominate football. I'm telling you, you won't believe how good Theo Zidane has become. On May 18, 2002, Zinedine Zidane welcomed the birth of a baby boy. When it was time to name the boy, he called him Theo. Since Theo could walk, everyone expected him to follow in his father's footsteps, which made sense considering his big brothers Enzo and Luca were both footballers. So when he turned 6, his father enrolled him in Canillas Youth Academy in Madrid, Spain. At Canillas, Theo found life a little more difficult than he was used to. Despite being the son of a Real Madrid legend, the coaches treated him like they treated everyone else. As weird as this was for him, it laid the foundation for how his football career was going to be. So after 2 years in the trenches, his father decided it was time for him to step up to the Real Madrid Youth Academy, La Fabrica. Theo Zidane joined the Real Madrid Academy in 2010, and from the beginning, it was obvious the kid inherited his father's genius. As his skills improved, so too did his size. Over the next few years, he grew to over 6 feet, towering over all the kids. Seeing his size advantage, his academy coaches decided to train him in the attacking midfield and central midfield positions, which turned Theo into a beast. At just 12 years of age, the results of his training were on full display when he scored this goal. Just look at that first touch and intelligence to take out the defender with one move. But Theo was just getting started. At 14, he scored this absolute banger of a goal against the Espanyol youth team. Look at how he sat the defenders down before smashing it into the net, just like his father used to during his playing days. However, he wasn't just scoring goals. He was providing insane assists for his teammates. At 15 years old, his maturity and intelligence went even further. They were on full display when he eased past a defender with a rainbow flick before placing it in the net. I don't know about you, man, but that's a reincarnation of Zidane right there. But silky skills weren't the only thing he inherited from his father. Theo showed his set-piece ability when he scored this amazing free kick. Form like this didn't go unnoticed, and soon enough, he was invited to the France Under-16 team. After making his debut, the coach realized Theo was too good for the Under-16s and was swiftly promoted to the Under-17s. He scored his first goal for France in an Under-17 qualifying match against Luxembourg. He bagged the first goal as the team defeated their opponents 4-0. He then represented France at the Under-17 Euro Championship in Ireland, where they were eliminated in the semi-finals. After playing 16 times for the Under-17s and scoring 2 goals, he was promoted to the Under-20 team where he currently plays. But while his soccer career was blossoming on the pitch, Theo still had the time to show fans his other hidden skills. I don't know about that. He's better off as a footballer. Speaking of football, Theo's development at the Madrid Academy continued until he was promoted to the Real Madrid B team at 19. Throughout Theo's stay at La Fabrica, fans have always noted that he plays in a similar way to his father. His promotion to the reserve team finally allowed everyone to see his playing style closely, starting with his technical ability. His father, Zidane, was regarded as one of the most technically gifted footballers ever. He made football look so easy, and he was simply a joy to watch. Those technical gifts have been passed from father to son. How else do you explain this first touch from a teenager? But he doesn't just know how to control the ball when he gets it. He knows exactly what to do with it. Just look at what he does to these defenders. How about these guys he sent to the cleaners? Theo had also proven to be a good passer of the ball. Look at him dribble past his opponents before laying it on a plate for his teammate to score. Speaking of goals, One of his best attributes is his incredible shooting. While most midfielders are comfortable doing their basic responsibilities, Theo loves running forward to try and score himself. Look at this one-time shot into the far corner. This is a finish reserved for elite strikers. Aside from shooting outside the box, Theo can also smash in free kicks. His reading of the game is far beyond his years. He consistently places himself in the right positions to either receive the ball or break up the play, turning over the ball to his teammates. He knows when to dribble, when to shoot, and when to pass. But perhaps the most notable feature about him is his size. At 6 feet 5 inches tall, Theo Zidane is a freak of nature. At La Fabrica, he always towered above everyone else and looked like an adult playing against kids. This huge frame makes him incredibly strong. When he's with the ball, defenders bounce off him as he glides past them. This also makes him very strong in the air. He consistently wins all his aerial duels and is a huge threat from set pieces. But while most men his size are slow, Theo seems to have cheated nature because he is quick. Look at his burst of acceleration as he speeds past these defenders. However, his most impressive skill is his tackling. Although he plays primarily as a central midfielder, Theo has shown he can play perfectly as a defensive midfielder. He uses his large frame and long legs to break up plays easily. Just look at these tackles. Because of his all-around ability, the coaches at Real Madrid decided to alter his position on the pitch again. They started playing him as a box-to-box midfielder. This tactical switch unlocked the best of Theo, quickly cementing his spot in the reserve starting lineup. His impeccable performances caught the attention of his father, the senior team coach at the time, so he promoted Theo to start training with the senior squad. But just as everything looked in place for him to get promoted to the senior team, his dad and Real Madrid parted ways. With his dad gone, his clear path to the top suddenly became dark. He was no longer training consistently with the senior squad and was demoted back to the reserve team. But in a rare moment, he was named on the bench for Real Madrid's Champions League clash against Napoli, although that was due to an injury crisis in the first team. However, he cherished this moment and was given a Champions League medal when the team won the trophy later that season. With Theo already 20 years old, he was faced with a tough decision to make. Stay and fight for a place against the likes of Camavinga, Modric, and Valverde for a place, or move somewhere else and build a career for himself. After 14 years without making a senior appearance for Real Madrid, Theo decided it was time to leave for another challenge. So on July 11, 2024, Theo signed a 2-year contract to join Spanish second division side Cordoba. When the deal was confirmed, he posted this emotional video on his Instagram page. Today, it's time to say goodbye to the club of my life, Real Madrid. I joined as a young boy 14 years ago, and today I can say that I am leaving as a man. This has been my home, my school, my family. I have grown as a footballer and as a person, and I will always carry with me the values that this club has transmitted to me. I want to thank every coach, all the workers at the club, and every one of the teammates I've had, some of whom have become friends. Every moment shared, every teaching, and every lesson learned has been special to me. Now this stage is coming to an end, and new doors are opening along the way. I only have words of gratitude. Wherever I go, I will always carry a piece of this shield in my heart. Real Madrid. Life at Cordoba began well for him. He started 5 of the first 10 games he played for the club, while coming from the bench in the others. For a footballer who had not played any senior career football, this showed his coach's immense faith in him. When he finally got into shape, he began to flourish. In the next 10 games, he started 7 and came from the bench in the other 3. He also contributed to his team's success with 4 goals and an assist. This early success at his new club seems to prove a theory. The pressure of living up to his father's name distrusted his Real Madrid career. History has shown us that the sons of legendary football players rarely make it in the sport. The burden of expectations from their father's achievements seems to weigh heavily on their shoulders. Growing up, Theo tried to distance himself from this pressure when he was interviewed at the Euros Under-17 Championships. "When I play, I'm Theo before Zidane. I want to be recognized for that," the young man stated, but he went further to acknowledge his father's influence in his life. He said, "Coming to the European Championships, he told me to have fun playing, to trust myself, and not change the way I played, because that's how I got to the national team. He told me that whatever happens, he will be proud of me. I'm lucky. I know the right person to give me advice. I'm happy for him and for everything that happens in this club." That he was being interviewed and not the other kids tells you everything you need to know. Fans love to compare him to his father, and although there are similarities in how they play, Theo is a completely different type of player. But with the midfielder as far away from his father's name as he can be, what does the future hold for him? 6 months after his move to Cordoba, Theo Zidane has impressed so much that a move back to La Liga is being considered. Top-flight side Getafe have had a tough season up until now, largely due to their inability to score goals. The major area of concern has been their midfield, and Theo Zidane is one of the options the club is considering. He will bring his love for scoring goals and his work rate in midfield. These are attributes that will definitely improve the Getafe team. Should this move happen, Theo will get the chance to forge his own path away from the luxuries of Real Madrid and away from his father's shadow. Still, Theo Zidane isn't the only superstar kid dominating in football. You have to see how good Suarez Jr. has become. I'm talking crazy speed, mesmerizing skills, and lots of goals. Just click on the next video to find out.